Oh no, the news is here. What has Danielle done? Mighty and Danielle are about to go live.
Good morning, Laura. That's right, I'm here at this peaceful farm this morning. It is so nice out here, you guys. Tell me a little bit about your farm.
So, my name is Lady Sider. This is Danielle Allen. My husband Drew and I own and operate Ranch Farms.
You guys are just...
We did it.
Hashtag famous.
You guys are just on live TV.
And we didn't cuss.
We didn't. 2 whole minutes.
Congratulations.
2 whole minutes of no curse words.
I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody call a pastor, doctor.
We're about 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away, somewhere in there from corn harvest. And this morning I am going around looking at corn, kind of getting an idea of where we're at moisture-wise. And we've been extremely dry. Early season with corn, we were pretty wet, but now it turned off dry. Our double crop beans are really suffering. Our early beans, they really need a drink. Corn is probably pretty much done at this point. So right now we're just kind of going in, assessing what's going on with it. Looking at some yields, and yeah, let's go see what we got. Well, the deer like it in here. So we've started off in a field that's, plant day was about mid-April on this corn. So it's not our first and it's not our last, it's kind of in the mid. And I've started off on one of the better parts of the field just to make myself feel better about life. Yeah, I am a little bit surprised right now, which again, we're on really good ground that holds moisture. I mean, it's not a record breaker by any means, but you know, we've got some pretty good ears out here. Yeah, I am pleasantly surprised in the bottoms here, which this is a bottom, this is a good part of the field. But unfortunately, with the area that we farm in, we have a lot more hill ground than we do bottoms. When we're shelling this year, we need to really appreciate what our bottoms do for us. The raccoons like our corn too. Oh boy. This is our hill corn. Whenever corn is knee-high on me, it ain't good. It ain't good. And this is the same farm. We just went up the hill some. And so you can already tell the ears are dropping on this corn. That means that they're just done. The plant is giving up. This corn has gone through a lot of stress on the hills. That's why it's so short. It has stacked its nodes on top of each other and just, yeah. It's bad when I'm sitting on the ground to look at the corn crop. This is what our hills look like. Not too hot. You got a decent ear here and there, but most of this corn has had a rough life. A lot of these hills, they're red hills. They're a clay-based hill, and red dirt is what it is. Not Texas red dirt, but it's red dirt for Kentucky. And unfortunately, this is what, when you don't get adequate rain, this is what a corn crop turns out on top of these hills. Now, I will say we're looking at 2 extremes here. We looked at our best extreme and our worst extreme. Now, what our corn crop will be somewhere in between the 2. It's not a bumper crop this year, not a bumper crop. And the crazy thing is, this area right here, there are places that are 5 to 10 miles away around us that look either a whole lot worse or look a whole lot better than us. So this doesn't represent everybody's crop down here. This is just representing my farm because, you know, I've got neighbors 5 miles to the west that have got a lot more rain than I have. It's farming. Can't have perfect years every year. So after walking our corn, I'm a little surprised on how tough and how much this corn is hanging on. And I don't think we give the genetics enough credit now on how tough this corn is and how it can really hang in there for a long time without water. So let's talk about again how variable these fields are here. We don't have much flat ground. Where we're about to go look at soybeans, that's the flattest ground we've got. And I'll talk about that ground once we get there. Most of this ground is what we call our hill ground. So when you fly a drone over this corn, you can see where the hills have turned white and that the stalk integrity is going away, but then you can see where the bottoms are still green and they're still trying to do their thing. So again, we have so much variability here. There's nothing flat about this ground. There's nothing consistent about this ground. We have 4 or 5 different soil types in each field, and that makes a difference too on moisture holding capacity and all that good stuff. So that's why growing corn here is such a challenge, because you do have so much variability and you've got to play the law of averages with the corn crop. So again, it's not a great crop, but it's not a terrible crop. I think it's going to be pretty average. So here is our early beans. So this is the flattest ground that we have. And all this ground used to be in trees 60 years ago. And then my grandfather and my great uncle, they bought this ground, cleared it, which this ground grows really, really good beans. Corn, it's a little tougher on it. This is the type of ground when it's wet, but when it dries out, it's really dry. There's really no in between. But right now, the beans, even though we're really dry, the beans look really good right now. I'm really impressed with these beans. They're trying to make pods. Top. If we could get a rain and fill these pods out, you can tell they've struggled. But there is a ton of pods here. And if we could get a rain and fill these jokers out, these are some pretty decent beans. Neighbors' beans in this area, they look just like this. So everybody around us is really hoping for a rain this week. That way we can fill out what we have. We get to go look at our double crop beans. They don't look as good. So unlike our single crop beans that came up to my belly, these are about my knee, lower knee to shin, but they are blooming. These beans have got a long, long way to go. Like I've explained before in other videos, but these are our double crop beans where we've gone back in and planted beans right behind our wheat. We can capture a rain or two, and next week these beans will keep holding for us, and yeah, and then our early beans will fill our pods out. So this is the thing that stinks is being a farmer. We've done everything we can do. Just gotta wait for Mother Nature to do what she's gonna do. So we'll see. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Hope you enjoyed the crop tour today. Got an average corn crop. The beans still have a lot of potential. We just need to catch some water, and hopefully we get a rain. And we'll see you next week. Thanks again for supporting the channel. Really awesome. Each week we see the support that we get for it. Our mission of the channel is to show, you know, we're a traditional grain farm like a lot of other folks, but also too, we got a lot of diversity on this farm, what we raise. And it's really, to me, it's really cool that we're do corn, soybeans, and wheat, but also got mums, pumpkins, sunflowers. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button. Ring that bell. See you next week. Mum ranching ain't easy, but it sure is. Rhizoctonian web blight kills my mums and keeps me up at night. Somebody's got to do it.